The weekend before that, it was $1,900 and then $1,700. And those were 3-hour long events.
Nice. Should permanent makeup artists add permanent jewelry to their service list? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So I've got Jamie with me. She is one of our Linked Permanent Jewelry training students, and she's been a permanent makeup artist for how long?
It's been about a year and a half.
Awesome. And so for that year and a half, how were your bookings, before you added permanent jewelry and then after? Kind of talk about the transition and why you chose to add it.
Well, I chose to add it mostly because I was looking for it in my city, and not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Everybody was driving 2 hours away to get permanent jewelry, and so I figured, why not add it, do a little test run. And ever since I've added it, it has probably doubled or maybe even tripled my bookings,
Nice.
just because we're sitting here talking about jewelry, and then they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm a permanent cosmetic tattoo artist." So then kind of gets the ball rolling.
So I
Yeah.
guess I apologize because I'm terrible at intros. Can you tell us where you're from?
So I'm Jamie. I am the owner of Wild Lily Cosmetics in Wenatchee, Washington, and it is inside a tattoo shop.
Awesome. So you started permanent jewelry a few months ago. Was it,
Yes.
hard for you to learn or pretty easy compared to permanent makeup?
Honestly, I picked it up so quick. I watched all the videos one night just because I like to do everything. And
Mhm.
once I start, I can't stop.
Yeah.
And then I started practicing the next morning, and it honestly felt so easy to get going on it.
hmm That's awesome. So
Yeah.
right now, would you say you're getting more bookings for jewelry or brows?
Honestly, it's 50-50.
Nice.
And most of my like income and such is coming from events, but I also get a lot of bookings like to come into the studio. And now that I've done so many events, I feel like I'm getting a lot more of those bookings of just more clients coming in.
Yeah, because I'm sure, like when you're at these events, like when you get people who have never heard of you, they want a piece of jewelry from you. You can get their contact info. You can build a little bit of relationship while you're talking with them, and then I'm sure they're going to ask you like, "Hey, can I get more info?" Or do you offer other services? And that's where you can kind of talk to them about brows as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's 99% what happens.
Yeah, and that's why I've kind of like, ever since I've heard about permanent jewelry, I've been trying to push my, permanent makeup clients to it because it's such a great add-on service. It only takes you about how long to do a service?
Jewelry, honestly, could take me 2 minutes. It's super quick. Like picking out the jewelry. Most clients already know because I like to post a lot on my stories about what I have in stock, all the new things that I'm getting in stock. So everybody's like, I want this. I know what I want.
Yeah.
So honestly, it could take like 2 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
super.
like with brows, like a lot of people are scared to get it done by somebody they don't know because because it's like permanent, it's a tattoo. Whereas with
Yeah.
permanent jewelry, even it's permanent, like they can cut it off, and so there's less risk, and so it's a great way to get people in the door and build that relationship, and then upsell them brows.
Yeah, I 100% agree. There's no pain with jewelry. I mean, really, there's no commitment
Mhm.
because if you don't like it, you could just take it off and then have it re-welded later on. But no, it's honestly amazing.
That's awesome. So, what are your most popular styles of jewelry? Is it bracelets, like gold filled, sterling silver?
It's kind of a tie between gold filled and sterling silver. My personal favorite is the 14 karat, obviously, just because it lasts so long. But it's a tie between gold filled and sterling. I sell a lot in just both of those.
That's awesome. Do you have many clients who are like, they get one bracelet, then they decide they want another, or they want a charm?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I feel like every single client that I've done, I get a message like next week and they're like, "Okay, I want to add on Hazel Jade, or I want to add on Juliet, or I want to add on this charm." And so they're always coming back. They're like, "Okay, it's time for a necklace, time for an anklet, time to just cover my whole body."
Yeah, we named some of the chains like Hazel after
Mhm.
people we know, and so that's actually my niece, and today's her 2-year birthday. So it's pretty cool that you mentioned
Aw,
that. So happy
that's
birthday, Hazel.
that's awesome. No, that's my favorite chain. So
Nice. I'll let her know. Not that she'll understand, but
that's okay. Tell her I said happy birthday.
alrighty. Um, so let's talk about kind of like your business setup. So you said you do some events. What kind of events do you do?
So I just do pop-up events. I have an event every month scheduled for the whole year, and it is at a ceramic painting place. I'm really good friends with the owner, and I kind of just set up. We do first we did 2 hours, and then now we're gonna do 3 hours because it was so popular the first time, and so I go sit up there. And then I also like to go out of town. I went to a boutique slash cafe. I plan on going to some wineries up in Chelan, which is like 40 minutes away.
Nice.
So yeah.
So at a typical event, you said the first ones you've done were 2 hours long. How much money were you able to bring in during those 2 hours?
The first two events I had were about $800 to $900. And then the last two events, which I just had last weekend, and then the weekend before that, it was $1,900 and then $1,700. And those were 3 hour long events.
Nice. So on average, you're doing about 1,800, 1,900 per 3 hours. That's pretty good. How long does it take you to do a set of brows?
It takes me about 2 to 2.5 hours.
Plus, probably, I guess, like a little consultation.
Yeah, unless we talk over the phone
Mhm.
before or we're texting or something. What's really nice is most of my clients that come in, they trust my work. So they're like, do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, with permanent jewelry, you're able to like almost triple or quadruple your income, compared to if you just did brows. And so, for those permanent
Uh-huh.
makeup artists watching, you need to get permanent jewelry.
Yes. No, I 100% agree. It's been absolutely amazing ever since I started, and it's just going to keep going up and up and up. Like I just started January 1st, and it's only what, March,
Hmm.
and I've already tripled in the income with the events and with people booking and everything like that. So, I'm excited for summer because everybody wants a cute anklet.
Hmm. Yeah, because you can do anklets, necklaces. Like I've even got a ring on. I don't know if you've done any rings yet.
I have not, no.
Yeah,
I've just been sticking to
yeah.
bracelets, anklets, and necklaces. I'm covered in them.
And it's addicting, and that's the like so many of my clients over the years, like let's say they're a microblading artist or a brow artist, like unless they offer lips and eyeliner, they really only have one service. A lot of them, and that means like even if they go out, they do ads, they do great marketing, they have good content, and then they acquire a new customer. That customer is only good for like maybe once a year, until they come back. And so
Yeah.
they're always having to find new customers. Whereas if you acquire a new customer and then you can also sell them permanent jewelry and bracelets and necklaces and anklets, and then you know also other services, it increases your lifetime value of a customer immensely.
Yep. I 100% agree. I used to just do brows, and now I offer lip blushing and eyeliner, and then adding
Mhm.
the jewelry. That's four different opportunities. Well, more opportunities, especially with jewelry,
Yeah,
but it's four different opportunities for one client. It's not just one opportunity for the rest of the year.
yeah. So now instead of like, I don't know what you charge for brows, like I guess you can tell me.
450.
Okay, so now instead of 450, your lifetime, or I say lifetime, but your like 1 year value of a client is more like, $2,000 or $1,500, depending on how many services they buy from you. What that allows for those who have not really thought that much about advertising is now it allows you to be able to spend more money for cost per acquisition, like cost per new client. And
Mhm.
by doing that, because you have higher profit margins, you have more, like each client's more valuable. So by being able to invest more into marketing, you're really going to be able to dominate your area and just get in front of everybody. And that's going to increase your brand long term because people are going to see you more. So as far as like, posting and marketing and stuff like that, did you find the marketing information on the course and like the pre-made marketing materials? Did you find those helpful?
Oh, I found it so helpful. I'm really bad at coming up with captions and coming up with like how to take the photos, what angle I should do it at, and then having your marketing skills and giving us some references of like what to say. It was spot on, amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I knew from working with a lot of permanent makeup artists over the past 5 years that, that's one of the hardest things. You guys are busy running a business, setting everything up, doing the service, talking to clients, like all this stuff. You don't have time to sit there and take, amazing photos all the time or amazing videos or come up with all the captions and the wording. So I wanted to make it easy for, our linked students to really get booked up quickly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm still using it, obviously. I use it every single day. When I get home at 6 or 7 o'clock at night, I'm like, oh man, what do I want to say? And then just boom, you provided it for us.
That's awesome to hear. Thank you. As far as the Facebook group goes, because some people might be like, well, I'm scared that I'm not going to be, good at the service, or I'm scared that I'm not going to have much guidance. Like, how do you feel like the guidance and the Facebook group and all that is with Linked?
The Facebook group is amazing. I feel like I don't even have to ask questions because I can just search
Yeah.
in little search bar and 5 different posts pop up about it. So, and we're all so supportive. I mean, I post like, oh, I had an event, I made this, or I'm looking for a good light. What's a good magnifying light? Which I literally have one sitting right here, and somebody recommended it like 5 times, and I'm like, okay, it looks like I gotta buy it, and it's been absolutely amazing.
That's
So I
awesome.
feel like everybody's so supportive. You can post a video saying, I am having trouble doing this, and then someone's instantly commenting back like, oh, you're doing this wrong, or you're grounding it wrong, or whatnot.
Sweet. Well, if someone was on the fence, like let's say a permanent makeup artist is watching or listening to this, or just anybody really, like what would you say? And they're scared to invest, or they're like, wow, that's a lot of money, or I'm not scared, I'm not sure I can do it. Like, what would you tell them?
I would say take the leap and freaking do it. I was that person. I was so scared. I watched your guys' videos for, I'd say like 2 or 3 months, and I was still so scared. I think I was messaging, it was either you or Sarah, and I was like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do it. And once I jumped in, it was so simple. It was so easy to catch up on. And it's such a huge trend that you're going to make your money back within like, let's say a month if you don't try hard to get the events. You're going to make your money back so quick, and then the rest of it is profit.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the feedback, and thank you for joining me here on the podcast. I really do
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, if they want to go follow you on Instagram, where should they go?
At Jamie Withrow or Wild Lily Cosmetics.
Perfect. I'll put those in the description. And guys, go give her a like and a comment or reach out to her if you have any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.